Hi everyone, thanks for watching these videos. This is Dan Ranella with Ranella Prosthetics and Orthotics. We're going to be talking about shoes actually today, and we're going to be talking about shoes and how they relate to an AFO brace. The one you might have might feel a little tight. What can you do in that scenario? We're going to be discussing that in this video. We talk about making more room and actually stretching the shoes out in particular spots as well. And that way you kind of know more what to expect from an orthotist when you kind of run into that situation. I hope this helps you, and let's take it away.
We'll say that this is your patient's shoe, and the AFO is not quite fitting so perfectly into the shoe. It's not fitting so perfect into the shoe. You have options. One of your options is to make more room, is to take the insole out of the shoe. If we measured that, it'd be about 1/8 of an inch, okay? 1/8 of an inch or 2/16 of an inch. The reason why I'm saying 2/16 of an inch to you is that an AFO is usually 3/16 of an inch. So we're making a lot more room inside of a shoe if you remove that. You don't always have to do that, okay? But it's just an option for any medical professional, any patient that's watching this video. The other option you can do is, we'll say at the bone right here, okay? Or the brace is pressing out, or something's not working right. It's too tight right here in the shoe. One of the things a orthotist can do for the patient is actually use something called a shoe stretcher. The point of it that I'm trying to make to you is that we can make more room inside of the shoe for the patient. It does change the shape of the shoe slightly, especially in the beginning. But you have an option. You can go to the orthotist. As the medical professional or the patient that's watching this, you can go to the orthotist and have them stretch out that area or multiple areas in the shoe. Instead of, that might make all the difference for you as a patient or someone who just doesn't want to go buy new shoes. So I'm going to show you this real quick. It is the method by which an orthotist, in many instances, maybe not all, maybe there's another tool out there, but they can stretch your shoe, which can increase comfort and compliance in activities of daily living as a result. This is a shoe stretcher that we use, and you can already kind of imagine the process here. We're pushing out on the leather, on the material, whatever it is, via this action. And then you can tighten it up more by tightening the bottom. So if you give an orthotist a day, they can definitely knock out a few spots for you. If you want a whole area stretched, you know, this thing just needs time. It just doesn't happen that quickly. Okay, but it can stretch out a shoe for you. So this is what an orthotist would do to help you with your AFO and your shoe tightness issue. So they would come in like this, and you can see it start to press out that material right there, okay? And then the AFO, then the shoe, and we can lock this in right here, okay, and begin to really crank down in a safe way on the material. So you can see that bone now, the first metatarsal, at this point of the first metatarsal, it'll be able to have more room inside that shoe. An orthotist would now leave this shoe. There is no exact time frame, but you know, definitely you'll see results after 20-30 minutes for sure. So this is the shoe stretching tool, and it can be used to help a patient with their AFO compliance, activities of daily living, and help them ultimately walk better if they have comfortable shoes to wear. The number one safety rule also for AFOs is that they don't have any tread. So the fact that a shoe has tread, very important concept. This is probably the number one safety rule, because the plastic on the AFO on any surface, there's very little traction there. So you always want it inside of a shoe in most cases for thermoplastic AFOs, and those are the most common types. So just remember, tread inside of a shoe. You can even see it right now, how it kind of just over a couple minutes pushed out that area of the shoe and has now created more room. So the function of it might be better for the patient that way. So we've discussed taking out the insert that comes with the shoe, 1/8 inch. You take that out, make some more room in there. If that isn't chosen as an option, you can try to stretch a shoe to help a patient get more comfort. Now, if that option doesn't work, another thing that you can do is go shopping. Now, it's easy for me to just to say, hey, go get new shoes. But the point is, if you bring the brace with you to get the new shoes, then there's very little guessing involved. You're not thinking, oh, a half size bigger and maybe just a little bit wider shoe, that'll take care of it. If you bring the if you bring the AFO with you to the shoe store, try on X amount of shoes, then that's probably your best case scenario if you go shopping. So it's my recommendation, if you can, to hold off on shoes until you're able to go to the shoe store with the brace.